Good morning and welcome to another super exciting edition of the Saturday Breakfast Show with me, your homegirl, Nangla Nanyamba. You know the tea. I'm here to make sure you have an amazing Saturday morning. I have a very exciting lineup for you guys. We're going to start off with some exercise and then we're going to get into our breakfast segment. We have a very exciting guest joining us today, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I'll see you on the cat side.
is your boy Armas. Catch me at Molly's Beer House. You are watching them Saturday Breakfast Show.
Hi y'all, it's your girl Shaya, Shaya Official on Instagram, and you are watching the Saturday Breakfast Show.
Good morning, Namibia. My name is Gerson Varela, Chef Gerson Varela, and we are having a breakfast today, a very special breakfast for family. Over here we have some oatmeal, some almond milk, unsweetened almond milk, and in my pot over here we have some almond milk which is already mixed with cardamom seeds and star anise. I cooked it for about 5 to 10 minutes, actually 5 minutes, so that you can still have the crunchiness to it. And at the moment, as you can see here, we have it's already cooked and it's just waiting for me to plate. So I'll be serving it with some fruits and some honey. It's a very healthy meal for a Saturday morning for your family, your wife, your children and your children. So let me just start already by cutting my kiwi. In this we'll be having the fruits that I have is kiwi, some golden apple, berries, blueberries, and a banana. So the kiwi you'll have to cut off the skin, peel off the skin actually, so that you cannot serve that to your family. For this, I'll be using just a half a kiwi, and then a half, not actually a half, but just for a fruit, you have to thinly slice it so that you can put it onto your plate as you plate it. A banana that I'm cutting now. As you can see here, I have a ripened banana. We'll just have to cut in slices. It's enough. And then my blueberry. Your blueberry depends on you. You can cut, or you can slice into half, or you can just keep them whole. But for me, I'll keep them whole. So, okay, we start by plating. Good. So this is a very fast dish that you can have in the morning before you go to work, during your weekdays while at home. Some blueberries. And then over here I have some granola just to add some crunchiness to it, which will be like my garnish. Voila, and this is my dish. This is your healthy meal, oatmeal and granola with some fruits and honey. Enjoy.
Hi guys, my name is Francisca. My IG handle is Princess Baymila, and you are watching the Saturday Breakfast Show.
Hi
Hi guys, I'm Maria. My IG handle is Riandeshi, and you are watching the Saturday Breakfast Show.
Good morning and welcome back to the Saturday Breakfast Show. My favorite part of the show, the breakfast edition. And joining me, I have Mr. Otto Kapuka. He is a mentor, an author, a farmer. He does a lot of things. So welcome to the show, Mr. Otto.
Thank you very much, but the breakfast is not welcoming.
You are a farmer, so we were trying to be healthy. So this is what we prepared for you, seeing as you are, a health connoisseur.
We'll see if the esophagus will accommodate it, but it's okay.
The esophagus must just.
Okay.
Please don't be rude to us. Our chefs, went through a lot of trouble to prepare this for us.
But it looks beautiful.
It does look beautiful. So, Mr. Otto, you're an author. How did you get into writing books? Were you always a wordsmith, or how did that come about?
I've never imagined becoming an author. I've always told this story in a very sort of like short way. When you graduated, you couldn't find jobs.
Oh.
You see that thing of the youth, graduate, no jobs.
Right.
And then we ended up at the radio station, and then we started doing a talk show.
Okay.
So
what was the name of the talk show?
So the talk show was Sexy Touch. It was Brandon over personality. You see what they do in South Africa?
Yeah.
Like DJ Fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh breakfast.
Yeah.
So this was for Sexy Jimmy was presenting, so it was Sexy Touch.
Oh.
So we started doing the talk show, and then one of our friends was like, "No, you guys should write." That was in 2013.
Right.
You guys should write. And then I was like, "Write what?" Like, no, you guys have so much information, because now she listens on the radio and she feel we need to document this information. I was like, please get out of here.
Right.
So only in 2017 again, at the same place, she's like, but remember I told you to write.
Right.
And then I don't know what happened. I think it really got serious. And then I went to my Facebook account, and then I copied everything that I have been writing.
Okay.
And then put it in the book, and then I started writing.
Right.
And here we are. We are on the. I'm actually busy with my 4th book. Yes, we are busy with this show.
Okay. So I want to speak specifically about publishing in Namibia.
Yes.
Do you think it's lucrative? Do you think it's something that?
But before you get to that, I want to mention something to put it on record.
Okay.
I'm a published author.
Right.
There's a difference
between
writing and then having your manuscript in your computer or in your head.
Yeah.
Then to write and then publish and then sell.
Right.
Yes. So I've gone through the
whole
process.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is publishing like here in Namibia? What has been your experience?
It's extremely difficult, but my story is different to probably some of the authors because before I became an author, I was known for something.
So then you feel like your name sold the books?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was known, or I'm known for speaking and the work that I do. And so the authorship was just the missing link. Once I'm done speaking at an event, then people can have something to take home, physical.
Right. Physical.
So my name was already known,
right.
And then so it comes to the point where it's easy for me to sell the books. The target market is already there; it's just expanding and expanding. So it's difficult compared to somebody
who's maybe not known.
Wake up and they write. So the selling possibly is just going to be for their family and friends, and once that circle is over, it's done. For me, it's totally different.
What has how have you been received as an author here in Namibia? Has the response been good? Has it been bad? Do you think we're a reading culture? What is your experience?
I think there's something that we need to correct. Is that Namibians do not read.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Really?
Because if Namibians were not good readers or were not reading, Book Den and all the other bookshops in Namibia would have closed off.
But isn't Book Den more like school books and academic?
No.
Do they also sell novels and things like that?
They sell almost everything.
Right.
But they are still functional. So
but isn't their primary business just...
So technically that means... means if these bookshops are still in operation, that means people are reading. Right. And just because 3 people in my circle are not reading does not mean 20 or 30 other people in the other circles are not reading.
Right.
So the culture of reading is extremely high. Why am I saying so? It's because when I published my first book, I don't want to give these figures to be seen as what because I like my humble life. But I published, the first book was published in 2018. We sold 500 copies in the space of 8 months.
Okay.
And then we reprinted it again in 2019, 500 copies. As we are speaking, they are sold out. My second book, we printed 1,000 copies in 2019. As we are speaking, they are sold out. The third one, I didn't do the stock count, but it's selling like fat cakes.
Right.
So that means people are reading, but also it depends to the content that is being written. Because if people know you as a relationship person and they have relationship issues and you publish a book, then that means they know that somehow, somewhere they are going to find information that is relevant to them.
Right.
That's why it's always advisable for an author, before you write, what are you going to write?
Yeah.
Why are you writing?
Right.
And then also now there are so many challenges that authors are facing. The publishing houses are very, very extremely expensive. If you want to do it in South Africa, it's another hassle on its own. In Namibia, maybe just to print closer to 100 books, it's possibly going to take you to 100,000.
Wow.
But then that means if you are not, like what we're saying, if you're not popular and you don't have a market, a proper market done and set for you, that means that 100,000 you're not going to recover it.
Right.
And author is a business. I don't want people to get this
Twisted.
Let's not get it twisted.
Right.
When you go to America, most of the motivational speakers,
Are
not
authors.
most, all motivational speakers in the continents, they are authors. So they make their living from books. That's why you find that if they publish a book, they can equally sort of like have made a living for the rest of the year.
Right.
Just from one book.
Right.
So these are some of the things that really I think we need to intensify, that we, not just for ourselves, but for the kids who are coming from behind, who also want to become authors, so that we set up the systems that all these challenges are taken out. But it's a beautiful journey.
Right.
That's all I can say.
Do you think that you can actually make money from being an author here in Namibia?
I am making money as an author.
But that's not your only, that's not your primary source of income, is it?
I'm telling you, I'm making money as an author in Namibia. Wherever I go, I have a certain bag that I'm carrying. That bag has my books.
Right.
At any time, I'm selling.
Right.
So there's one thing being an author, and then there's one thing being
A successful author. Right.
So my thing is always to say, even if I'm a farmer, even if I'm a what, I don't want to be that person. I want to be a successful person. So now it goes now to this thing that you wrote a book. Are you able to finish the process?
Right.
This process of writing, publishing, and selling.
Right. So what got you into motivational speaking? What was the inspiration behind that? Like, what made you decide, look, listen, I have something to say and I want to say it on a platform and I feel like it can change people's lives. Talk us
I'm
through
going
that.
to answer this question in a weird way.
No, it's fine.
What is a motivational speaker?
You do it. I mean, this is what's on your...
No, it's people who told me, so I just put it on there.
So you don't consider yourself a motivational speaker? I mean, I wouldn't consider myself a motivational speaker. I give my friends advice and things like that, but I don't go like on a stage and...
Okay, so here's the thing.
Right.
The thing is, when I was on campus, I started doing certain work, which is peer education.
Yeah.
Dealing with HIV and in that space. And then we started doing these activities at schools and stuff. And then that's how I ended up then on radio.
Right.
That's how I ended up also as a trainer, doing consulting work with different companies. But the thing is, I feel and I know I have a story. And my story is never going to end anymore.
Right.
Anymore, because now it's going to be told for many years to come. Even if I die now, this story is
Your
not
story
going
will
to end.
live on, yeah.
So I believe I have a story to tell, from a guy who came from a village somewhere deep, couldn't speak proper English. Now I can rah.
Yes.
This story is now continuing. As I was saying, it's now continuing to be a farmer, and it's just
Ever growing.
It's just there.
Ever changing.
So the idea is that we have beautiful stories in Namibia, and most of the time we are reading more international stories,
Yeah.
and our own stories are not told. So me, I'm not ashamed to tell my story. I'm not ashamed to say, oh, I failed grade 10 and I failed grade 12, but I still completed my university. But that's a small part of it. I'm not ashamed to say, okay, I was in debt because I was trying to work something out, so that at least somebody who is going to come from behind can also understand that it doesn't matter where you come from. I think in one of my books I've written, your background should not define your destiny. Where you are coming from should not actually be the reason why you're like, yeah, I am not going to do this because I come from Okamatapati. No. Wherever you come from, you can do whatever you want to do. Because it's a free country. Anyway. Yeah.
So any final words, closing words, sentiments that you would like to share with us or people watching at home?
Let's eat breakfast.
Let's eat breakfast. You heard the man. And we'll see you after this. Okay.
Yo, this is your boy Tommy. Shout out to the Breakfast Show Saturday.
Hey guys, welcome to Molly's Breakfast Daily. Yeah, we'll be open soon, so if you're watching this, you're watching the Saturday Breakfast Show. Yes sir, that's the Saturday Breakfast Show.
Aho kamuri azimbambe zwembambundu maziva ateni azvire namashundu stori ya majarakari neimani sikuru kumafwe kamuteza mawairese zwemba nchenene kamunywanga makoki eswe zinyungera eswe kuyambita kukopana nenkunju yanovona akaryo kuchikoro katubiranga kafupe neturweranga vanche vareta echinkwa eva muntu hanusa kwesi alisevezera msiye alikore kuchikoro katubiranga kafupe neturweranga vanche vareta echinkwa eva muntu hanusa kwesi alisevezera msiye alikore Ndihupura no tsikara maodenechi Ndihupura no tsikura katurivangi Anumani kwaja vantu vakuzana navo kakulitwa kumi Kamuteza mawairese swemba nchenene Kamunywanga makoki eswe zinyungera Eswe kuyambita kukopana nenkunju Anovona akaryo kuchikoro katubiranga kafupe neturweranga vanche vareta echinkwa eva muntu hanusa kwesi alisevezera msiye alikore kuchikoro katubiranga kafupe neturweranga vanche vareta echinkwa eva muntu hanusa kwesi alisevezera msiye alikore
So unfortunately, that brings us to an end of today's edition of the Saturday Breakfast Show. I certainly hope you had fun. I know I definitely enjoyed myself. As always, would like to send a huge shout out and a big thank you to our sponsors, everybody working tirelessly behind the scenes to make sure that our show goes off without a hitch. Our makeup artists, wardrobe, everybody, because God knows I certainly did not wake up like this. Until next time, I'll see you again. Ciao!